So I've been so excited to finally decorate this staircase for Christmas. As you can see, I already have the pine garland on the railing, and for the side staircase that we have, I actually ended up needing 24 feet of this artificial pine garland. And this was an unlit garland, so I did add some string lights. So for this 24-foot garland, I added 2 strands of 150 just regular incandescent string lights. To attach this garland to the railing, all I did was I used some of the ribbon that I had to tie it to the railing, and just kind of chose where I wanted to have the swags, and then just folds over the end post and kind of down and around, which I will show from a little bit farther away later. Unfortunately, I can't back this camera up far enough to fit all of this in here because I'm kind of in a hallway. Anyway, I'm going to get started decorating this garland. So the first thing I'm going to attach to the railing are a few bows. So I have these 2 different types of ribbon. So I'm just going to layer the narrow ribbon on top of the wider ribbon. And just like I've done in the other videos, I'm going to fold over and make a loop. And then I'm going to crease it. And then I'm going to make another loop. And then crease it. And make another loop. Crease it. And so I'm going to make 2 different size bows actually. So you can add as many or as few loops as you'd like for the bows that you're making. For this one, I want these to be fairly small, so I'm just going to do the 4 loops. And as you'll notice, the tails are fairly short, and I kind of want to keep them that way because these are going to be some of the smaller bows. The biggest bow is going to go towards the end here. So to finish off this bow, all I'm going to do is fold this little tail up, just like I've done with the loops, and this one is already folded up. And these are still attached to the spool, but I'll be cutting those in a second here. So all I'm going to do is kind of scrunch these ends together and then grab a piece of wire. Okay, so oops. So I have my piece of wire, and I'm just going to wrap that around these scrunched ends. And then just twist the wire around that end to hold those together. And then this will kind of give you something to tuck into the garland, and also you'll have your wires to attach to. So then I'm just going to prune these. I'm going to probably make these a little bit longer than the ones that are up there. We're basically just going to fluff these out. And you can separate these little loops from the big ones if you'd like. You can leave some of them overlapping, but it's just making kind of a cute little bow. I'm not necessarily looking for the completely fully round bow look. Obviously, the more loops that you have, the more of a round bow that you will end up having and the more full. But it also uses more ribbon, and for this look, I kind of want these to be just enough to make a statement, but also be on the subtle side so they're not too overpowering. Okay, so I'm just going to attach this right in here. So I went ahead and made a larger version of that. So basically the loops are bigger and there are more of them. I haven't completely fluffed this out quite yet, but I did go ahead and make it just to save on some video time. Where I wanted to have this bow is right in here, so that when you walk into the house, because our entry door is actually right here, that you see kind of a pretty bow at the end of the railing. So we have our bows. The next step is going to be to add some ornaments. I'm actually going to do multiple ornaments on one hook. This is just one ornament hook, and I'm going to bring that up into here and just bend the wire around one of the pine pieces. Basically, I'm just going to add a few clusters and then a few singles just so it doesn't look completely just all clusters. And you could even do, like I was starting to, clusters of 2. So the next thing I'm going to add is some of this flocked pine floral. This is actually the same flocked pine that I used on our big Christmas tree. So all I'm going to do is just tuck it into this garland, and then just keep adding to it to kind of fill it in a little and give it more of a snowy look. So the next thing I'm going to add are these little frosted branches. So I purchased some floral bushes of kind of a variety of wintry floral, and this will just add kind of a variety of texture and colors to the garland. So I'm just going to cut and separate all of these and then add them to the garland. Next, I'm going to add some of these golden glitter leaves. And finally, I'm just going to add some oversized decorative ornaments.